G'day friends, welcome to day 27 of Inktober 2017. It's almost over. I don't want to dwell on it, but I do need to put that out there. I need to break it to you gently that there are only 4 more days left of Inktober. Is that right? 31? If I'm wrong. Why do I always start every video with math? Anyway, so basically we're on day 27. Today I'm doing a swatch doll. I'm doing Alice. I've said before a million times that I find it fascinating that a lot of art journalists, myself included, use Alice in Wonderland as inspiration. I think it's something to do with our own imaginations becoming a bit of a wonderland when we look at that reference material. So today I'm just doing a swatch doll. Very, very simple shapes. If you want to follow along with this one, it's actually quite simple. So I haven't sped it up too much either. So I think there is also a function on YouTube where you can slow down a video. I think it may be only on a desktop, but you can set the video settings to go slower. So if you really do want to follow along and do it much slower, you can change that setting in your view, whatever that thing is called. I think it's at the bottom of the video somewhere in the options. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing today. Her little smock says "Let's paint" because I don't know. I just wanted to put something on there that I don't know. I just wanted to put that on there. No huge reason behind it. You'll find me doing, when I do Alice's, I'll always try to add an obnoxiously large bow to the top of her head. Don't know why I do it. It's just a bit of a common theme. So that's what I've picked up, and I've done it today as well. If you're struggling with a bow, it's kind of like a big triangle and then another big triangle and a little circle in between. I think that's where I'd start and then just kind of round off the edges. And that's pretty much the easiest way I would say to do it. I don't know, I'm not explaining myself well. I feel like if you just slow the video down, you can see how I do it. But anyway, I'm not really out to do a tutorial today. I want to actually chat. I'm in such a Halloween mood, especially with the Halloween videos going up, and I feel bad that I'm sabotaging my Inktober videos for Halloween, but I can't help it. So today, remember when I did those videos where I did like a question and answer thing just for fun? Today I thought I would do a Halloween version, and I have another video coming out at Halloween, so I don't want to give too much away with that. So if some of the questions I skip or some I don't decide to do, you'll maybe get some answers to that later. I'll put that out there. I'm not sure. It'll be fine. I'm not going to give anything away, but yeah, so I wanted to do this today. It says on here that these are for 8 to 13-year-olds and then teenagers to adults, but to be honest, they're all pretty generic Halloween questions, so they're all age appropriate, and I'm just going to answer a few. I'm going to do a Q&A with myself. So yeah, what was your favorite Halloween costume? Oh, if you want to answer any of the questions, please feel free to put them in the comments below. I love reading the comments, even though I don't get back to them all the time. I do read them. So yeah, if you want to answer any of these questions, by all means, go ahead. What was your favorite Halloween costume? I love couples costumes, or costumes that you do in a group or with friends. Halloween isn't such a huge thing in Australia, or at least it wasn't when I was a kid, or maybe it was just my family, I don't know. But I feel like it was a very American holiday, and so we didn't do that a lot. But when I got older, I definitely indulged. Having said that, I would always be in a costume anyway, just jumping out on the trampoline, like in May. So I didn't need Halloween for an excuse, but yeah, my favorite Halloween costumes are usually with someone else, like a pair. And my best friend and I, Kristen, we did Rachel Zoe and her assistant Brad, and we're obsessed with that. And I think the costumes itself, I mean, Kristen looked great. She looked exactly like Rachel Zoe. But myself, I was just wearing like normal human clothes, and we took a Cabbage Patch Kid around because Rachel Zoe was having a baby, or she just had a baby, and so we took a Cabbage Patch everywhere, and basically we method acted as Rachel and Brad for the entire night. And I think that's why it's my favorite memory of a costume as far as Halloween goes, because we just took it way too far, and the entire night we were Brad and Rachel, and that was just so funny to me. So really good memories, and you know, the bonus of having a Cabbage Patch Kid when you're a grown man out in public, I think that is a bonus. I think that was a win for us. So I think that was my favorite Halloween costume. But yeah, group costumes, duo costumes, love those. I love method acting for something so ridiculous. Like for my birthday, I'm getting so sidetracked. For my birthday one year, I did the Real Housewives of My Birthday, and everyone came with a backstory and like wearing, you know, activewear, but with full-on jewels, and like they've just come from yoga, but also maybe have just stepped out of Tiffany & Co. Like it was so funny, and everyone was method acting, and everyone was like play fighting with each other with their backstories. It was the best birthday I've ever had, and it ended in me getting like dunked with drinks, which is like totally Real Housewives. So it was just the icing on the cake for my birthday that year. Anyway, so as far as costumes go, I love method acting in them, and I love doing them in groups and duos and pairs and trios and quads and whatever. Do you believe in ghosts? Well, I want to say no, but my gran used to work at a nursing home, and when I would go and visit her after school and she would take me home, because I would catch the train to where she worked and then we'd go in the car together home, I would just be waiting and she'd be finishing up her shift, and she would like talk to the ghosts in the elevator, and she fully told me that there were ghosts all through the nursing home of like the spirits of the people that had been in the nursing home, and so for that reason I kind of do believe in ghosts, because like Gran was so adamant about it, and she would really freak me out when we get in the elevator. Like sometimes we were there late at night and we'd get into the elevator and she told me to say hello to the spirit that was in the elevator, so that's freaky to me. But I'm gonna have to say that I want to say no, but I kind of do. I can't say any more than that. I think it's Gran's fault, so yeah, that was just my fun memory. Would you eat a cricket, bug, or some other gross item? I feel like I've eaten a lot of gross items in my life. I feel like a lot of people think Vegemite is as gross as probably eating a cricket, but I love Vegemite. And a cricket, I used to live in the Northern Territory in Australia, so like the Red Desert, it is just hot and dry, and there's just bugs galore. And I remember, this is awful, but like ants, like we used to eat honey ants, and that's not gross because they did taste like honey, but and witchetty grubs taste like peanut butter. I've definitely eaten those, and I have like accidentally, I mean, if you just live in the Northern Territory, if you visit there for like 20 minutes, you'll probably swallow about 12 flies. So I've eaten a lot of flies in my life. So yes, I would, but not voluntarily. I would eat that. Have you ever walked into a spider web? Oh yes. Speaking of Australia, is it not like the 10 most deadly animals live there? I feel like when I moved, I mean there was always bugs and animals and everything just in any house that I lived in Australia, but when we moved out to the valley and we were living on the property, well, I mean my parents still do, but I obviously I moved to the States. When I lived there were spider webs everywhere, and it seemed like as soon as you would get rid of one, another one would pop up, and my room was like a haven for spiders. And I have a really horrible story of like I was after my car accident, I was in the moon boot and I couldn't walk, and I was like kind of just bedridden for a little while. There was a spider that was crawling up on my bed, and I was laying in it, but I was kind of immobile at that point, and the spider was coming up over the like the cover, like the blanket, the doona, the duvet cover, whatever, was all folded like when you're laying in bed, and it was like appearing on the peak and then disappearing into the valley and then appearing again, and I was legit, like it was in the middle of the night and I just wanted to scream, but I didn't want to startle anyone, and I was freaking out, like just threw the covers everywhere, rolled myself onto the floor and tried to crawl away. But yeah, there's been 2 wasps in that room that tried to kill me once. I know I sound dramatic, but honestly, like if you live on any kind of property in Australia, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's just, everything is out to get you out there. But I feel like because we were raised with it, we kind of know how to deal with it. I'm just a big sook, so yes, I have walked into many spider webs and been personally victimized by many spiders. What scares you the most? Probably spiders. I hate spiders. I hate sharks. I hate silence. That's not going to be a surprise to most of you because I know I can't shut up in these videos, but I really don't like silence. I mean, Steve kind of really likes silence sometimes, and I get, like, I'll try my best to just sit in peace, but I feel like I'll say I can last an hour. Steve will probably say it's about 10 minutes before I'm asking, like, please turn on some music or please turn on the television or something. I need some background noise. I hate silence. And also sleeping on ground level of houses because I'm like freaked out that axe murderers are going to get me. I've just realizing in this video I have many anxieties that I need to deal with. No, I've always lived in like double-story houses, or I've lived on ships, and so like it never seemed like murderers could get me. Or I've lived in an apartment block when I've been up on the 7th or the 9th floor. Even now I live on like level 2, but when I'm sleeping on ground level I just get freaked out that people are going to get me. So that kind of scares me too. Have you ever attended a haunted house or a hayride? No. I have adopted my mum's anxiety and fear of haunted hayrides and haunted houses specifically. Like, you know, when you go to fairs and carnivals and they've got that that traveling setup, you know, the carnival setup haunted house with the little, you know, the cart you go in and you just go through like a really slow moving, what is it called? Like a train, a haunted train or whatever. Yeah, no, she's freaked out by them, so consequently I'm freaked out by them, and I've never actually been on one. And I think it's because I can really suspend disbelief. I can get really freaked out at rides like the Snow White Scary Adventures at Disneyland. I can actually get panicked about some of that stuff. So to actually go in there and know that they're seeking to scare me, I can't deal with it. I went through this like walk through haunted house at Universal Studios once, and just absolutely lost my mind. Couldn't stand it. So no. Yeah, I think that's about all the questions I have time for today. If you want to answer any of them, let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching. I'll be back again tomorrow with another Halloween video and another Inktober video. Bye.